All right, guys, we are back for war number 2. I know I skipped war number 1. My bad. But I only had 4 fights. I did have 1 death, which I will show at the end of this video. 2 of the fights I forgot to record, so I always show the death. But this time, this war we're up against LVT. Shout out to all the homies over there. LVT was home for me for a long time. So many friends over there. So many good people. So I wanted to show out. You know what I'm saying? You still got to show what's up. So I've got an 8-fight war. Yes, I had to learn how to count that high. Did not previously know how. But it's mainly an Omega Sentinel war. This is for my buddy Heck. I hope he watches this. I had 1 Warlock fight and like 2 Titania fights. But I need him to tell me just how bad I play Omega Sentinel. It's not going to be pretty. So let's get into this. This first fight is against Werewolf by night. The nodes are irrelevant. We're just going to try not to do anything stupid because that is hard to do for me. So we're just starting out. Hey, we just want to build up some furies. I know I'm going to get some ruptures on me, but as long as I don't get just a lot of them, I'm not super worried about it. I do block the 1 hit on the L1. I know it'll give me a rupture, but it's just to make sure I don't get hit by the L1, get tons of more ruptures put on me, just trying to play safe. I kept hoping he would howl, but for some reason he just wouldn't do it. I'm like, bro, come on now. But here we go. We're going to relic so we can go into the heavy L3, and the goal was to end the fight with this. That was the goal. Now, you can see he's at 31%. Okay, but I forget, yep, he throws it. So I'm like, well, let me just block it. But then he gets the unstoppable, and since I blocked it, I allowed a lot of ruptures to be placed on me, and bye-bye health, because it was going at a fast rate. Luckily, he was about dead. We just randomly hit a special button. It connects. And we don't die. Because you know how bad it would have been? You got an 8-fight war. And you die on the first one. The very first one. That sets the tone for the war at that point. You might as well just send him back up at that help. Like, hey, you got a better shot than me. Look I did. But, alright. We reset. Okay. We're going to put on suicides for the Omega Sentinel and 1 Warlock fight. And we're going to start over. Short memory, start over. Okay? First fight didn't happen. We lived. It was a solo. You don't come here for good gameplay anyways. So it's about on par with my war fights. Okay. So now we're up against this Negasonic. Her precognition, point for the Southerners in big words. Yes, sir. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but that's what we're going to go with. Okay. It will start on cooldown. We do need to watch out for when it comes back. We need to be knocking her down. Keep it on cooldown. Don't get hit by specials. She's going to build up a lot of prowess due to the node. And, okay, so we place our heal block. Okay, now we're pausing it. Bait the L1. Great. Place another heal block. We want to make sure we keep them on her. And paused if necessary. Now, you can see that, hey, that's coming back. So I go in and throw the L1. Just to knock her back down, put that back on cooldown, and we're back. Just baiting these L1s. She's throwing them all in my block. The power gain does trigger, but we did have some heal blocks up, so fight went fairly smooth. Just a little bit annoying with her L1s. So now we're going to move on to our only Warlock fight. We're going to Path 1, Section 2, against this Killmonger. I went back and forth on how I wanted to approach this fight. I considered no gray boost, and then I considered a power start 1. And the reason I wanted a power start 1 was to get to the L2s and get the armor breaks going. You know how you play Warlock in War. You get to an L2 with power backs, you spam the L2, you get a lot of power back, you throw another L2, get a lot of power back. You just kind of rinse and repeat. And I'm like, well, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So you do see I throw on the power start 1. And that is the plan here. We want to get Killmonger infected and just keep kind of draining his power. Limit the amount of specials. I don't really care about Warlock's health because this is his only fight. There we go. We kind of got cornered. We get out of it. There we go. Now he's infected. And we get to our L2 and we go on and toss it. So now the fight should be under control at this point. We throw a couple heavies because why not? Since we've got him infected, we'll just go and put some bleeds on him. And yeah, this fight goes quite swimmingly. Or as my buddy Nobber, who, I am very happy to see him in LVT. That was a good pickup on them. But hey, as the British say, it's a piece of piss, mate. Piece of piss. I love saying that. I don't know why it amuses me. But then again, I'm very simple-minded. So it doesn't take much. Shiny things also work. But next, we're going up against this Havoc. And we're back to Omega Sentinel. The rest of the fights will be Omega Sentinel minus one Titania fight against an Onslaught, which we took like twice last year. So it's kind of going to be the same deal. The main thing against this Havoc is don't do anything stupid. Because if you get hit, you will auto-block Havoc. You will. But you're going to lose your armor. And then all the plasmas are going to kill you. Okay, so I got to be careful. I can't mess up. So there we go. We get the heal block on. We pause it. We place another one. And now we're kind of rolling. Pause it again. We're going to throw the O2. Get the global heal block up. There we go. Bait this. And at this point, the fight is going quite well. He annoyingly throws this L1. It almost hit me because I kind of wasn't expecting it. And then I'm like, oh, shit. But there we go. We still got our heal blocks going. We got them paused. Throw the L2. And at this point, I was kind of hoping he would get to the L2 and then throw it. And that's what he done. Just so I could drain a little bit more power. And now I'm just going for the kill. And what do you know? This one survives at 1% and then throws an L1. Like you couldn't just die. You didn't feel the need to just die. No. Let's survive at 1% and then toss a special in the corner. I was that one. Okay, ran over. That one kind of touched a nerve. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. But now we're up against the Storm X. Omega Sentinel's good here. She's nullify immune. So it kind of bypasses the nodes. You still do have the power stings. You do kind of have to look out for them a little bit. But I don't think they do enough damage because I don't pay them any attention. I more or less ignore them. And I toss the specials off when I need them. And it is what it is. Yeah, I did throw on an inbone here. Not really needed, no. It was more on in case I do something stupid. If I don't line up the if I don't have a heal block on when she gets her power gain, she's going to go to an L3, and that way I can just tank them. It was just an extra layer of safety that I used in this fight. Although it is not needed. It really isn't. And I more or less wasted it, to be honest. So, we start off. There we go. We get the heal block. Now we're just trying to keep it paused. And we just want to bait L1s. Like, that's it. That's all we want to do. Sorry, I was doing this and I got a text message from my old lady and it said something about some girl named Candace, and instantly the Candace joke popped into my head. But as you can see, this fight's going quite well. We do finally toss off the L2. I did want to empty her power before I tossed it. And now we just go. We kind of let the heal block fall off there, but it's fine. We throw the special and end the fight. Not much to it. Went quite well. And I know y'all know what Candace joke I'm talking about. I know y'all know. Yeah, y'all know. Y'all know. If you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. If you know, you know. If you don't, I will be glad to tell you. You just message me and I will tell you. But we move on. Next is this Onslaught fight. I took it twice towards the end of last season. Although this one goes a little bit different. My strategy was to take the same approach, although I royally kind of messed that up. And you'll see as we get into the fight. My original strategy was, hey, kind of slow play it. Okay, he's going to get his crush when you reach multiples of 10 on your hit counter. So we kind of want to stop at 9 and then kind of plan when they're going to get placed so we can play around it. Slow play it to our L3. Make sure we have Haymaker, Heavy, cancel on the first, and do a lot of damage after. If it don't kill, we just kind of slow play it and we rinse and repeat. So, now keep that in mind. I go for a terrible intercept that did not work. Okay, we stop at 8 instead of 9, which is fine. There we go. We push him over 2 bars. Okay, and we get a... Look at that dex. I'm getting quite good at it, even though we do get rooted, which was unfortunate. I think that timing was a little bad on the part of it, but hey. Kind of is what it is. We get a good little intercept there, and we go into our heavy, okay? Now, I want you to pay attention, okay, when we come out of this L3 animation, okay? I do not realize how much power he has until that first heavy, and now I'm like, well, shit, we got no choice but to YOLO it. I'm hoping to get just one big crit, and we finally got it at the end because his health bar was not going down as fast as I wanted it to because I was getting no crits. And I'm like, do I think I could eat an L3 and then kill him? I was like, I don't even know what his L3 does. I have no idea. I mean, I thought I was going to find out. I was like, well, we about to know the hard way, but I guess we're going to find out. But luckily, I get that one crit. Thank you, Kabam Gods. And we solo. Now, I want to apologize for this Man-Thing fight. It's Hazard Shift, Conflictor. I was originally going to have a Wags on here and Odin, but I had to go without. This is a super long fight. Feel free to fast forward. Okay? I wasn't sure on what strategy I wanted to go with. I knew I had to keep the heal block up, and I had absolute must punish specials. Like, that was a necessity. I knew I was going to take a good bit of block damage and stuff, so I knew health was going to be at a premium. So I was trying not to take too much shock damage. I was trying to limit it. You know, there's still times where I'm like, okay, let me go on and eat one or two. But I was trying to limit. And honestly, I might have been better off with recoil off. But, I mean, I went with it because against Man-Thing, I'm not real sure it was really worth it. But it's going okay. Most of the damage I've taken is from recoils. I back up because I started getting 2-3 shocks on me. I did invuln for this very reason. I did look up what his L3 did. It said nothing. So I was like, well, let me invuln because I know I'm probably going to tank some. I expected 2. I knew 1 there was probably, unless I just lined up everything perfect, I was guaranteed 1. And I didn't do the best job lining up my heal blocks with his power gain. He threw a couple L1s that I couldn't punish. I was trying to push him more to L2s so I could punish him. But playing around Conflictor and Hazard Shift at the same time, it got to where it was a lot to keep up with. I'm winning the health race, not by a whole lot, but, you know, he's slowly going down. I feel like there is a better strategy to this. There has to be, instead of what I'm doing. I did at that time. I tried. I was like, well, let me get up close so I can punish it. And I was a little bit late. But right there, luckily, I was able to get the heal block right before that power gain. And he's finally about to die. Like, good God. This fight. I probably should have just YOLO'd it, but my next fight is Omega Sentinel. So I was trying to keep as little health as I could because I have used a decent bit of potions. Although I did use a lot of team potions to kind of, since I knew I had a later Titania fight, I just healed both of them at the same time. But now we go into our last fight. And this one I was probably the most worried about because I know if I mess up and don't have heal block up when he gets his power gain, I am screwed. He is going to shoot to an L3. Probably almost instantly. Because this gives any power gain a lot more strength. It increases it by a lot. So, I talked with Puppy. He gave me a unique strategy for this one. Okay, you'll see. I do not put the pre-fight on. I have put the heal block pre-fight on all of them. So we parry, we heavy to swap to the heal block, and then we medium, put one on, medium, put another one on. And now we're going to heavy, pause it. We're going to bait the L1. So that way we did as few hits as possible to get him to a bar. Got our heal block on. And now all we're going to do is punish every special and keep my count paused. That's it. And then we're just going to keep my own heal blocks paused. So if I do a combo, make sure to end it in light. And that's it. Just like this, he will never get a single power gain. He got close. You know, he was close. He got up to 14, but we never got to 15. And that was my war, folks. We did lose. We did. LVT, you know, GG's to y'all. But with an 8-fight war, your boy got MVP. Feels kind of good again to get it, although I am more than okay with just 4 fights. But that's neither here nor there. GG's to LVT. I wish them nothing but the best. I hope they get War Champ this year. Love you guys. Peace.